You're listening to the Fatboy Show, your number one station, RX Radio, and we're really excited to be here today. And today is a very special day. Today is the last day in 2022 that we're going to be doing the Fatboy Show. That's right. Today is the final day for the Fatboy Show in 2022. This Friday, the 30th of December. The next time we meet on the Fatboy Show, which will be on Monday morning, it'll be 2023. So this is quite an exciting day, I must say.
Yeah, the next time we do this again will be next year. Next year feels so far away, yet so near.
It just seems hard to imagine that the year is already over. Because it almost felt like it was just yesterday when we sat here and said Happy New Year for 2022.
I know why the year feels like it has gone past us so fast. This is the first year after the lockdown, after the pandemic. Everything has been moving at a roller coaster speed because we're just going back to life as we knew it before the pandemic.
That must be it.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so we're definitely going to make today worth your while. And ours too. We're dead set to have a good time today. Well, not so if you're a musician or if you are in the entertainment industry. It looks like Uganda Revenue Authority wants to come for you. Uganda Revenue Authority has announced that they're going to be requiring event promoters, musicians, DJs, VJs, authors, producers, and anyone who would be earning income from the entertainment sector. They need to get tax identification numbers. And why would you need tax identification numbers? Because they want to put you in the system and come for you to track you down. Once you have a TIN, by the way, that already means you have to start filing returns.
Yeah, that's true.
Failure to do so resulting in a series of fines. Because ask me, I didn't even know. I used to think that it's just for like your businesses that they need your returns. But even your personal returns, they need them.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
So personal returns, like let's say on salary?
No, not salary, but for example, you may have done work for someone and you were paid cash and they entered you in their system as
an expense.
As an expense, as a consultant, as a service provider. So your name might be existing in books of account as someone that received money for a service rendered.
So you have to file those returns.
So and now that is now being captured by URA, who now are going to require you to pay some tax on that. So if you've been doing gigs here and there, and everyone does gigs.
Oh my goodness, they're coming for us.
Yeah, and you may not even have earned so much, but if over the years you've not been filing, they just keep adding fines and adding fines and adding fines.
Though I wonder how they are going to compute this, because in the entertainment industry here, there are, of course, apart from some big artists like let's say Shiba, Spice Diana, the like, there are guys here who are in the entertainment business, but they're not really earning because they are also upcoming. Like let's say in radio, someone will have you hosting an event or a night at their bar, but you're not really being paid. It's like a barter of sorts. You host a night, maybe they give you something, or they get to be mentioned on your radio station or something like that.
I mean, if it's a barter exchange, maybe those are harder to track, but like once once money is being paid and forms are being filled, vouchers are being signed, receipts are being issued, then now you enter the realm of formal accounting and formal commerce. So you'll be captured in the system, and now if you have a tax identification number, it'll be a simple matter of seeing how much you earned and just claiming what is theirs.
Well, the Assistant Commissioner Public and Corporate Affairs at URA, Ibrahim Bossa, said that the entertainment sector can make a meaningful and significant contribution to the revenue of the country, to the revenue efforts of the country. And I agree, these guys make so much money, drive nice cars, live the big life.
Well, for quite a long time, they've sort of operated in an informal way. They kind of were operating outside of the formal structure of business in this country. And now URA wants to come for them. So that means, for example, if you stage a show, you're selling tickets. I mean, these are things that are going to be very difficult to evade taxes on.
That's true, because URA is looking at widening the tax bracket of the country. Now, I agree, because even us in the formal sector, we are being taxed over everything.
Too much.
Pay as you earn. There is this, there is that. But now there is something, because it's one thing to say that you're going to tax these people, let's say the artists. But then we also have a problem with copyright. Yes, you want them to pay the taxes, but then are they making as much money from their art? Because we know copyright laws in this country are also weak. So what is URA going to do about that? Or the government, for that matter?
I wouldn't think that copyright law or enforcement would fall under their purview.
It's not under their purview, but it's still somewhere under the government's purview.
Yes, so, I mean, the statutory authority that sort of helps artists with their copyright and stuff like that is UPRS, Uganda Performing Rights Society. And like if you're a radio station, TV station, bar owner, restaurant owner, and you play music, you have to pay them money annually. And then maybe that is where URA will be going to claim for their pound of flesh. But so this is going to be very interesting. And, for the artists that are very, very successful, yes, an argument could be made for how they ought to be paying taxes. I don't know if this applies also like for their overseas dealings, like when they get invited to perform overseas.
I mean, the money is wired back home. So, yeah, somehow they will have to. Do you know that the money Ugandans send from the diaspora is taxed in a way? So even if it's artists that go abroad and perform and get paid, they will somehow have to pay the taxes.
And yet, what are the taxes used for? I mean, much of the money is squandered. I saw in the news we're borrowing how many? 19 trillion?
Yes, our national debt is increasing. Actually, the central bank was saying stop the unnecessary borrowing, but
and that's probably what is contributing to this mad dash for more tax revenue. Is because we have to now start servicing these loans, right?
Yeah, the finance ministry is on record saying that they want to stop borrowing from outside the country. And even locally, by the way, government has local debt where you may buy bonds. You give government money and they give you money every 6 months. And of course, that is already a big debt. Now, including the one we get from IMF. So government has to find a way of making money without, adding and adding.
Okay. Well, it's getting out of hand. And we're all going to pay a high price for it. So for you in the entertainment sector, and they're not sparing anybody, even DJs.
Yes.
Like you play music at a bar.
And they pay you 200,000.
Yeah, you pay tax.
You pay tax.
You pay tax on that. So, and guess what? The tax, at least the withholding tax, will apply to payments for both resident and non-resident entertainers generating income within Uganda. So I guess that means even like the international artists.
Yeah. So you host Tiwa Savage, Beyonce, if we can, she will have to pay taxes. Which
is a cost they're going to transfer to the promoter. So
exactly.
So it means concerts might even get more expensive now.
That's true.
to be able to absorb that tax.
But now if we have concerts like events that bring in international acts like Blankets and Wine, and they're already at 150,000, then they may go to what? 200,000?
But Ugandans will pay that money,
I know.
They love to party. And party we shall going into 2023. Keep listening to your number one station, RX Radio.